WDSU first warning weather, quite the storm activity from morning all the way up through about early afternoon. But that does mean that we are starting to clear skies. And with clearing skies, there is a partial lunar eclipse tonight. I'm going to get to that forecast, but maybe a really good, nice night with clearing skies to find that partial lunar eclipse. It's going to be in the eastern sky before we know it. Starting to rise at about 7 o'clock. But some of us still hanging on to some last lingering showers. Right now, those last lingering showers are look to be the North Shore at this time. There you see it's up towards Covington, Mandeville, just north of Brig Branch, Lacombe, right on I-12. It's just some fading showers. Some heavier rain came a little bit earlier. This is an outflow boundary from storms that were really located over New Orleans Metro much earlier in the day. I'll get to that in a minute. Could be some sprinkles along with it. But speaking of the storms earlier in the day, I go back to about 7 in the morning. North Shore first started to spread with more storm activity off of Lake Maurepas, more storms, and then right on through the metro. What did we do for rainfall totals earlier? We had upwards of reports of over 3 inches of rain quick, and that's the flood advisory that was near Covington to Mandeville. A couple inches of rain out near Luling, Norco Way, about a ½ inch here in town, and some areas with maybe about an inch. So some impressive rainfall totals that came pretty quick today. Real-time temperatures working 80s. The 91 at home, I'm a little suspect it may not be too far out of range. It's possible, but it may be a little bit too high. Dew points into the 70s, and here's my forecast for the partial lunar eclipse tonight. Again, starts in the eastern sky. The moon rise will happen at 7, and about 9:44 will be the peak, and it's just a little chunk that comes out of the moon tonight, so it's not a big one. It may not be greatly noticeable, but it is a full moon tonight. So if you notice a little piece out of the moon, it's the Earth getting away of the sun rays in the front of the moon. That's actually doing that this time around. Temperatures from around 80 into the upper 70s. So here's a look at what's going on. Still that last little piece of energy from what was once Francine with the storms today. It's finally moving away, finally getting absorbed in the atmosphere. Little bubble of some warmth starts to move in, and this takes over, start to decrease rain chances the next several days, and that's also going to allow those temps to increase just another degree or two. I think we're hovering around 88, 89 to 90 for most. Had a little patchy fog this morning, the same thing tomorrow, especially North Shore. Give it a couple extra minutes. Check in with meteorologist Raven Richard for those visibilities. Tomorrow morning temps were all into the 70s to get things started. 71, 72 North Shore, maybe as high as 75 to 78 here in town. Slight chance of an isolated storm tomorrow, but the rain chance is starting to go down. I've only got about a 20% chance, allowing those high temperatures 88, 89 to possibly 90. Of course, with the heat index a little bit higher than that. Into Thursday, really tough to find a storm. This shows a coastal storm. I give it about a 10% chance. That might be stretching it a bit. High temperatures still going into 90s. So as I had rain gear for you to Monday today, may not need the rain gear the rest of the week. Here's the extended forecast. That big ridge, that big bubble of warm air is just right over top. By the time we're getting to about past the weekend next week, things change. But Saints Sunday, we are looking great. Welcoming the Eagles in town. We are hoping 3-0 afterwards. But here's a front that starts to arrive by Monday, Tuesday, and that's the next chance of rain. Quick check of the tropics. What was once Gordon has kind of faded. There's now a medium chance over the next 7 days it reforms into a tropical storm. No worries for us. What we're looking, Caribbean, nothing over the next 7 days. Same thing's going to go for the Gulf of Mexico, nothing over the next 7 days. However, some long-range forecasts will show about a week from this time. We need to kind of keep an eye out for what might be some potential. I'm going to write this up on WDSU.com tonight. 7-day forecast for some patchy fog potential the next couple of days. Not much for rain, but highs hovering around 90.